Gothard permeated our entire family. And because of that, there are still behaviors that are just ingrained. The ways that I'm put down, they're not necessarily like coming at me and attacking me and saying, you're no good, no good, you're just a woman. It's just an accepted fact. You can't have a job, you can't do well, you can't be paid a living wage because you're a woman. So you just don't.
There is a huge movement in Christianity to define women by their status as the submissive, to take an ontological view of what does it mean to be a woman and say it means to be submissive. Wrapped into that very tightly is defining her first and foremost by her sexuality. Sexuality is seen either as a danger to a godly man or it is seen as a means to an end.
What we see happening over the last 50 years is very conservative and often extra-biblical understandings of what it means to be a man, what it means to be a woman, move to the center of what it means to be a Christian. And then those ideals are enforced.
In our home, the constant thread was, well, if you're rebellious, then we will have to pray for God to take your life, because we would rather God take your life early than for you to live a life that brings dishonor to Christ.
There's a cloud over many families in that sense that sex is a danger. You have got to control, particularly if you're a woman. You are responsible for men's lust. So the system creates a responsibility that relieves a man of responsibility while simultaneously putting the entire burden on a woman. It's so dark and so brilliant that you almost have to say it's intended.
A lot of the burden of restraint, of protecting virtue is placed upon women. And women have to be absolutely perfect, and they are responsible for if a man steps out of line. Any sexual misconduct, a woman is always to blame. And men, well, what can you really expect? It's really hard for them because of the way God made them.
And so when you have defined a woman first and foremost by her status as submissive, and then also by her status as a sexual being, you've defined her as either a danger or the means to an end. What you really have done is create a system of objectification. It's evangelical porn culture. Pornography is the objectification of a person as a means to a sexual end. And that is to a large degree what's been done in evangelicalism, but we've put this nice veneer of Bible verses over the top of it.
It's based on fear and control and power, disguised as love, disguised as something beautiful and perfect. And it's very confusing and very disorienting to untangle from. Because you're not just questioning what happened to you, you're questioning the big concepts of love and trust and what is good and what is beautiful. Because all of these things that you were told were that, were not.